full moon on the Sierra. After the show, the lights go down.
Good evening, folks. Welcome back to another night of OmnTV. We'd like to introduce our special guest, Conrad Louis, with us, lovingly known as Gino. Gino, how you doing, sir?
Good to see you.
It's good to see you also.
Thanks for bringing me on.
Hey, it's our pleasure. Anytime we can get new artists in to show, and it's great. It just gives us a lot more something to do.
Yeah, happy to be here.
That's awesome. I understand originally you're from New York.
Yeah, 20 years ago I moved up here to Connecticut, and I don't look back a day. I love it up here, and I still got the New York in me, and you can hear it at times.
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to say maybe you'll be in Connecticut long enough. But I've been here 42 years, and I still talk like I'm a rebel.
Well, that's the whole thing, and I don't ever want to lose it. Yeah.
That's a good deal. So you're a singer-songwriter. You play guitar.
Yeah, I've been playing since I'm 10 years old. I never took a lesson, can't read a note, but the music is in me, as they say.
Yeah.
And you know, when I grew up, I had a piano. My mom had a little spinet piano in the living room, and I'd get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, sit down at the piano, and the words and the music would come right out.
That's awesome.
And I play, and I have a lot of songs that I've written for the piano, but I do the same thing with my guitar now. So I sit down with the guitar and just play, and it comes out, and it's whole different genres. I play blues, I play jazz, I play folk. It's amazing, so I'm happy.
I hear you. That's the same way it happens to me. If I feel something, it's right there.
Exactly.
I got to go do it.
Yeah.
So what's the first song you're going to do for us tonight?
A song that I'm going to start off with, In My Roots, was a long time ago. I was a sailor, and I was standing guard at a naval hospital in Key West, Florida, and right at the street, and I'm in the guardhouse, and it was about 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and this beautiful girl walked up and started a conversation with me, and next thing I know, I'm living with her and taking advantage of her heart. And she loved me, and I couldn't love her back because my heart belonged to my wife now, but I wasn't married at the time.
Right.
But, you know, I knew it back then that, you know, I couldn't fit her into my heart, and this is a song about that experience.
And the Admiral didn't hit you none.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't the Admiral's daughter. That's a whole different story.
What's the title? What's the title of your song?
I Will Love You.
I Will Love You.
I Will Love You.
All right, folks.
Yeah.
We'll give you Gino.
All right, thanks.
Standing silent like a worn-out man, going nowhere but then who really can? Hey, lovely lady, won't you be my guide? Won't you show me, baby, the other side? And I will love you. Just give me time. Yeah, I will show you. I'll change your mind. I'm living on with the one I know. The blood-type baby, well, she's on her own. Countless times I've told you just to let me go. You'll find out change your mind.
All right. I Will Love You by Gino. Now we're going to call him G-Man.
Right.
I'll tell you what, I like that too. Very nice.
Thank you.
Gino, tell us a little something about your music. What the word I want to look for? What actually got you into it? Like for me, it was my father. He
Oh,
was,
okay,
he was in the
sure.
industry.
For me, it was, I think, the Beatles. In 1964, we were sitting around the dining room table. I'll never forget this. And I Want to Hold Your Hand came on when their first tour to the United States, when they first came. You guys can remember this.
Oh,
and if any of you can remember this, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right? And I Want to Hold Your Hand came out, and I have an older sister. She's now 62. So she was like, oh my God, and she was freaking out. And I thought, this sounds good. I like this. And I was just a newt. I was a little kid. And from that moment on, she started playing the piano with the Beatles songs, and I started harmonizing with her, and she was like, oh my God, you can sing. So she taught me to harmonize. She taught me, harmonies and stuff like that. And then my father, like yours, my father was in the church choir. Mm-hmm. And he sang, and he just had a beautiful voice. My mother plays piano, my sister plays, I play, my kid brother plays. I got a middle brother that can't even find the bucket to carry the tune in. But nevertheless, so we sang Christmas carols in 4-part and 5-part harmony. And it was just a wonderful way to grow up. And music was a part of my life all the time.
Well, I think I saw you on television one time back about. No, that
With my hands behind my back, yeah, that might have been me.
And your dad said, "Hey, Conrad, shut down." No.
It was a good time, Ronnie. It was a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I got my first guitar, young, like I said, 10 years old.
Right.
When I was graduating from grammar school, actually, my 8th grade, I actually saved up all the confirmation money and all the monies that people gave you, and I went out and I bought my first guitar, beautiful Guild. It was $600 back in 1969.
Yeah.
And it was made in 1964, Guild, from Westerly, Rhode Island. I still have her. She's beautiful, but I don't like taking her out because I beat the hell out of her.
Oh, jeez.
But I just love the music. It's always been part of me.
That's awesome. So it cost you a lot of nickels, dimes, and quarters.
Yes, sir, it did.
All right. Gino, what's the next song you're going to do for us tonight?
The next song I'm going to do is actually written by my brother while he was on board a Navy ship.
Mm-hmm.
And he received a, you heard of the Dear John letter. He
Right.
received a Dear John phone call.
Oh, boy.
And he was all aboard, all alone on board this ship. And he got the idea for the song. I tweaked it a little bit to make it more musical and get a tune behind it and stuff like that. But I put it on, and it's called Beacon.
Beacon.
Beacon. And that's what I'm going to play for you.
All right, that's awesome. Folks, Beacon by G-Man.
This tune down just the other day, not really knowing what I was gonna say, but knowing you'd be going your own way, and hoping you still had some more to say. But your voice on the phone last night was like a beacon in the misty night, like a sailor often dreams and sees, out on deck at the rail, where he's one with the sea, and as he lifts his eyes and looks on in bright, knowing damn right well that there's no land in sight. Don't know what I'd do if I lost Would I stay here or would I blow a fuse? But I know that you didn't want it this way. But I wished you had some more to say. Because your voice on the phone last night was like a beacon in the misty night. Where the sailor often dreams he sees out on deck at the rail, where he's one with the sea. And as he lifts his eyes and looks on in fright, knowing damn right well that there's no land in sight. And your voice on the phone last night was like a beacon in the misty night. That a sailor often dreams he sees out on deck at the rail, where he's one with the sea. And as he lifts his eyes and looks on in fright, no damn right well that there's no hope tonight.
All right, folks, that was Beacon by none other than the G-Man.
I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna like
the
that
G-Man.
actually. Yeah.
All right, then from now on, I think we'll just call you G-Man.
There you go. There you go. That'll work.
All right, that works. This next song, I'm a Lonely Boy. What? Tell us a little bit about how that occurred with you and what possessed you to write it.
I don't know if we went through this before, but you asked me about my music, and I tried to depict that the music just comes out.
Mhm.
Words, music, all the same. It just all comes out at one time.
Right.
So I'm married 34 years now to the same girl.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. But about at the 20-year mark, we were going through a rough patch, and we were thinking about separating. And this is a song that I wrote to basically ask her again to marry me, and let her know that I'm here, but I need her, you know. So it's called Lonely Boy, and it came out in a blues riff, which I don't play blues, but it came out blues. So I said, all right, I'll play it. So,
Well, you know what?
yeah.
Blues is good too.
Yeah, well, blues is
Right.
the pain.
That's it. And that's
Yeah.
where a lot of the blues come
Yeah,
from.
so this is what it is, and it's a way for me to reconnect with my wife and my love.
That's awesome. And she
Yeah.
enjoys it now?
And she says, it's too loud. Of course she
Have to
does,
tell her
man.
turn the
I've
hearing
written a
aid down.
bunch of tunes for her, man, a bunch of tunes, and yeah, so she's my biggest fan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My wife's the same
Yeah.
way. I write about her all the time.
But she knows that she can't, you know, because it used to be early on. She used to tell me, "Oh, why'd you say that? Don't say that." And I said, "Well, baby, listen, you can clap, you can love me, you can hug me, but don't change my music."
It's all from the heart.
It's all from the heart. Yeah, so that's what.
All
it is.
right. So let's just give it a listen to it.
All right,
Play
you got
your
it.
heart out with it.
You got it.
All right. Here you are, folks. Lonely Boy by the G-Man.
I'm a lonely boy. Ooh, just a lonely boy. Walking on the sidewalk, dragging one foot in the street, thinking of the way you notice me. shuffling to the music that I hear inside my head, wondering if you'd even hear a single word I said. I'm a lonely boy. I'm just a lonely boy, sitting by my window, watching people passing by, thinking of a way I'd ask you to be my bride. Tell me, pretty baby, will you take me for who I am? Tell me, pretty baby, can I be your man? Yeah. Sidewalk, dragging one foot in the street, thinking of a way you notice me, shuffling to the music that I hear inside my head, and wondering if I'd even hear a single word you say. I'm just a lonely boy. Come on, baby. I'm just a lonely boy. I'm just a lonely boy.
All right, now that was Lonely Boy. I love that song.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you very much.
Really good.
Thank
Really
you.
good. Gino, the next song that you're coming up with is entitled Tribute.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
And tell us a little something about it.
All right, well, like I mentioned before, I've written a lot of songs for my wife, the love of my life. And when I was a young man, I think we were married about 2 years, I had a job with a life insurance company where they had to send me away for 2 weeks of training. So out of right after a honeymoon period of my marriage, I had to leave for 2 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
So that feeling of loneliness, that feeling of being separated from the love of my life, the other half of my life, led me to this song, because when we were going through this hard time, and she went to her mother's house to leave me, and I got to doing some soul searching and came up with this, and basically it's a clock ticking away, and I just describe how, I can't even sleep through the night without thinking about this, and how your 2 weeks must have been hell, not to mention what I'm going through. So
Right.
just putting myself in her position. So anyway, it's called Tribute. So I tribute to my wife. I mean, it's a tribute to the strength of our relationship.
That's awesome. I'll tell you what, though, it is tough when married couples have to split up for one thing or the other.
Yeah, you
It's a
betcha.
shame.
I know it.
And it's
Personally.
not easy on both sides.
I know. I have a brother and a sister who've gone through it, and it's just horrible.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Gino and Trip.
been tossing and turning and roaming around. There's an emptiness here that no thought can overshadow. How your 2 weeks must have been down to the marrow. Well, I know that to call you would be all that it would take to make me sleep and help me ask the morning to wait. But the time is too thin, and I'm stuck in our room with my paper and pen and my heart that's now marooned. It's your deep love that keeps us together. It's your real love that keeps me alive. It's your deep love that helps us to weather these hard times that seem like our demise. Let it go on and on and on. Let it go on. So I'm up and dressed and on my way. My God, what have I come to? It means so much to feel your touch and have you to hold on to. Forget these days and all these ways we've learned to scream and shout. I swear to you right here and now, this man is set to turn around. It's your real love that helps us to weather. It's your real love that keeps me alive. It's your deep love that helps us to weather these hard times that seem like our demise. Let it go on and on and on. Let it go on.
My name's Robert Getz. I'm producer of OmnTV. On day 348 of the year 2012, 26 innocent lives were tragically taken. This event was so heinous, so unspeakable, so political, and all too tragic that it shocked the very essence of humanity. In a Connecticut upscale community called Newtown. 26 lives. Lives that are no longer with us today, but will be in our hearts and minds for years to come, if not a lifetime. 20 lives were that of children. Children with love in their hearts, no malices, no prejudices, no wants of any kind. And the other 6 lives were administrators and teachers. Those who sought only to administer and teach these young minds, but tragically became heroes by giving up their lives for the sake of others. This is a 2-week tribute to those lives so tragically lost on that fateful day. Here's OmnTV's presentation, a tribute to Sandy Hook from around the world.
Newtown. Folks, I'm talking about Sandy Hook and how it affected all the people, not just in Connecticut, but from around the world. It was such a tragic day, and our losses were great. Tonight we have with us Gino. Gino, you've had that experience yourself, I understand, with your daughter.
Correct, yeah.
Would you tell us a little bit about the story?
Sure, thank you, Ron.
Okay.
And I want to give a special shout out to Bobby G. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Like Ron was saying, early on in my marriage and in my first child with my wife, we lost her. She lived, and we had to do the whole burial and everything. And I sort of squashed those feelings for so long. And in my life and with my wife and my family and my friends, I just put them away, I guess. And then when Sandy Hook occurred and those lives were lost, it just stirred up feelings in me that made me remember my daughter and what she meant to me and how I could move on and yet keep her with me. Always want to keep her with me. And when Bobby G approached me and asked me if I had a song for Newtown, I didn't know I did, because I had written this for my daughter. But I want to share this with all of the parents who've lost their kids, all of the kids who've lost their parents, everybody from that tragic day. And I just want to share it, I guess, and that's the best thing I can do. So I want to thank you for this opportunity again.
Well, thank you, Gino. Appreciate it.
You bet. I call this song Walk With Me, because that's what I have my daughter do with me every day of my life. Walk with me. I never want to forget her. I never want to stop seeing her face and her beautiful eyes and her voice. And I want to hear it in my dreams. I want to see it, and that's what I say. So this song is called Walk With Me. I see your eyes inside my dreams. And I hear your voice inside my screams. I know that I'm not really whole. Not till I know you're with me at home. And I've got to know if you'll stay. Yeah, I've got to know will you stand with me. Will you stand with me? Yeah. Walk with me, talk to me, walk with me, walk with me. When I'm crying, when I'm trying to just hold
Just hold on. I'm like that bulldog running through the trees, just like that raging bulldog, all elbows and knees, just like a raging river. Wash over me, and I've got to know, will you stay? And I've got to know, will you stand with me? Will you stand with me? Walk with me, talk to me, walk with me, walk with me. When I'm crying, when I'm trying, just hold on. I'm trying to hold on. I'll never, never, never let you go. Walk with me. Walk with me.
Thanks, Gino. Great song from the heart. You know, folks, myself, I can remember that day pretty vividly. Getting up that morning, just like any other morning, getting my grandkids up, making sure they're ready to go to school, sending them off to school, getting back to the house, turning the TV on, and watching the news. And lo and behold, there was a special bulletin of an incident that occurred down in Newtown, and of course, it just, the program just struck a chord where, when it comes to anybody, it doesn't make any difference if it's kids, teenagers, adults that are out of school. You have a tendency of staying with that type of news to hopefully hear a good outcome, if anything, and just hearing of that tragic event where innocent lives were taken for no particular reason, none. Talking about the adults who were also involved, not knowing who, what, where, or when, or why, and when all said and done, the total carnage that ended that day, and who was involved, and how many lives that were affected, family, friends, police, fire, school. I mean, this is endless. It opened up a lot of eyes, at least in this state anyway. And it actually carried outside the state. I mean, this was worldwide. I've got people that I know that actually wrote songs pertaining to this event. Excuse me. And our next performer was met at a place called Pine Loft Cafe, where she had the opportunity to talk about her song that you'll be hearing very shortly, called 20 Little Fireflies. The two gentlemen that is with her is Ron Gagnon and James O'Hare, both co-hosts of OmnTV, where she describes the song and why she did it. So here is Ron Gagnon, James O'Hare, and Diane Gow.
It's called 20 Little Fireflies, and I wrote it actually the day after that tragedy happened. And instead of having the song focus on the tragedy and what happened to them, I put them as little fireflies being born. And later on in the song, like most times through the song, I mentioned 20 little fireflies, and towards the end, I put and add 6 more, adding the teachers to it and how they're coming together, and then off they go, but they're all coming together at the end.
20 little fireflies on December 14 just born, but we who are left on this world just sorrowfully mourn. Let your light shine on in peace and hope, while we back here just try to cope. 20 little fireflies, let your spirits fly, playing now forever up in the sky. We who love you will look to your light. It's hard to go on, but we will fight. 20 little fireflies, forever may you play, as we back here struggle through each day. Always in our hearts, forever may you live, what we left behind, it's love we should give. 20 little fireflies, watch over each other now, while we back here make a lifelong vow to love everyone and let peace be our way, until together with your families you'll be again someday. 20 little fireflies, and along come 6 more, flying towards each other, and off they all soar, up to the heavens, never feeling any more pain, as their tears all cried out, and now comes down as rain. 20 little fireflies on December 14, just born.
outstanding song, Diane. It's one of those things where music is brought forth because of an event. I'd rather hear music that was just brought forth without an event. But in this case, this song, like the rest of the songs for the next 2 weeks, they're all from the heart. Again, I want to thank you, Diane. The next song that's coming up, earlier when you first saw the Sandy Hook Tribute, as far as the title, underneath it in parentheses is music from around the world. This next song is that type of song. It's a song that was put together by a young group from the Philippines. They saw something where I had put out on a blog looking for music for Sandy Hook, and they sent me an email stating, this is a song that I can have, I can present for you. So, for your benefit, here's a song. It's called No One Can See You Cry. The group's name is My Alien Mojo.
Broken down, been hurt, been scarred, humiliated, looking for a place where no one can see you cry. Left for dead, lying in rooms, losing faith, so degraded, searching for your space where no one can see you cry. Well, it's gonna be tough, but you can't be jaded. Though it's gonna be rough, you can't be frustrated. When you feel you've had enough, you can't be deflated. And who are they to know the truth will set you free? And who are they to judge you? The truth will set you free. And who can take your soul? The truth will set you free. When it's all in your hands, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. All your riches, down your dream, cheated on like a fool. You're searching for a place where no one can see you cry. All your friends gone for good, left you high and dry, and now you only find a space where no one can see you cry. Well, it's gonna be tough, but you can't be jaded. Though it's gonna be rough, you can't be frustrated. When you feel you've had enough, you can't be deflated. And who are they to know the truth will set you free? And who are they to judge you? The truth will set
Our next performer is from the United Kingdom. He's been on our show a number of times this past season, and he's basically going to be performing a song that's been around for a long while. Many different ways, for many different reasons. So, without further ado, here's Jim Watts performing acoustically Amazing Grace.
None of us can have escaped being moved by the terrible happenings yesterday in Connecticut. As a human being, as a parent, it just blows you away, really. And I'm not a religious man in any shape or form, but I know a lot of people are, and I know this song means a lot to people of a religious persuasion and to those who are not. It's another one I don't think I've ever sung before. But Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost and now I'm found, was blind now I see. There's grace that taught my heart to fear, grace that fear relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound saved a wretch like me. I once was lost and now I'm found, blind and now I see. And we've been here 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. We've no less days to sing His praise when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound saved a wretch like me. I once was lost and now I'm found, blind and now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. And I once was lost, now I'm found, was blind and now for all those who've lost a child anytime, it's a terrible thing.
Welcome back. I want to thank our special guest star, Gino, who came here to my home to showcase himself and his music and intro a song for the first week tribute to Sandy Hook. I want to thank all the other performers who also presented their material to our show. And I want to close out our show tonight with the last song titled 20 Angels More. It's a collaboration of 3 individuals: Richard Roman from Ohio, Jenna Pothoff from Lincoln, Nebraska, and the singer Deborah Ivory from Tel Aviv, Israel. As I said in the title, music from around the world. Perfect example. Earlier you heard a group from the Philippines. Now you're listening to someone singing from Israel. So, for you, from all of us, here is 20 Angels More. And have a good night.
Was it to save the earth, or bring an end to war? Is this how you tell us to love each other more? Is the reason for taking up to heaven 20 angels more? I wish I knew the plan that I would understand. Life always has some rain. Why did it have to pour? I want to know, what is the reason taking up to heaven 20 angels more? I still believe in you. My faith will see me through. When my time has come, I hope you tell me then. I want to know, what is the reason for taking up to heaven 20 angels more? When you say